There we go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Comedy Night at BB's Grill. It's our third time doing this. Thank you so much. Ready to kick off your weekend, right? Feeling pretty good? Got your drinks in hand? All right. Anybody visiting from out of town? Yeah? Cool. Where from? Florida? Cool. What brings you to the area? All right, cool. Anybody from Jersey? Jersey shout-outs? Yeah, all right, gotta represent. Feel like Bruce Springsteen. Pray Hall, Jersey! As long as you say everything in a Bruce Springsteen tone, it sounds much cooler. Thank you so much. I already feel like that Bruce Springsteen song with Thunder Road where you're probably expecting a female pretty MC and I'm not. Ain't a beauty, but hey, you're all right. So we're gonna get this going. My name is Joe, last name is Mifsud, M-I-F-S-U-D. So I am half Puerto Rican. Hey, gotta represent! And there is half Maltese. The island of Malta is the other half. Yeah. I don't know if it's a good or bad. Exotic or like, oh, I have to have words. Yeah. Now, what's funny to me about, not funny, but awesome about being Puerto Rican is that even if I don't look it, there's a Puerto Rican sixth sense where other Puerto Ricans can feel it. You know what I'm talking about? Then I get the rapid fire Spanish, right? And it's like, un momento, por favor. Nada. Yeah. No mas. With the Maltese side, I do want to give a shout out to Game of Thrones. It's coming back! Yes, on Sunday. So Malta, they do films on the Game of Thrones there, so that's pretty awesome. I will say that I am a fan of being awkward and a fan of irony. So speaking of irony, I was here last month, and the previous host, after my set was saying, "Hey Joe, pretty good set. However, I don't know how I feel about that whole part where you said about eating stuff out of people's asses. Bit much." And ironically, I'm here as the host tonight, and she's not. So, I love irony. Good to have some other comics out here tonight. We definitely got some great talent. Definitely got a great audience tonight. Thank you so much for coming out again. When it comes to irony, one of the other things that I should appreciate more, but sometimes kind of bothers me, is the fact that my girlfriend is overly optimistic to a fault. Do you ever have people like that are like, "You can do it, it's gonna be great all the time"? No, because I just had a serious accident. It's gonna take me probably a couple weeks to recover. Or just something that's not gonna qualify for that overly optimism. So I just wanna be clear about that. Getting into comedy, I did switch up from being a full-time, I was a musician in a previous life. And I decided, you know what, fuck that, I'm gonna gain some weight, I'm gonna enjoy food, and being a comedian, you can get away with it because you have people of varying degrees of attractiveness and weight size and stuff. And comedians are becoming like the new magicians. And when I used to be on like dating profiles and stuff, a lot of things I would see from a lot of basic bitches was, "If you can make me laugh, you can make me do anything." So I'm like, good, let's get some laughs out here. And if you figure if you're funny enough, maybe you can get to that stage where it's the magician trick, the magic trick where you wake up and all of a sudden, after a couple laughs and maybe drinks, that the person's naked and you did something nice. For example, Pete Davidson, he's from SNL. He's dating Kate Beckinsale. Holy fuck, what a magic trick. Wow, that gives me some hope for life, right? Gives any of us comedians some hope for life. What I find interesting too about life is I'm one of those people that just weird shit tends to happen to throughout the course of the week. And I always feel like, well, is it just me? And my other friends are like, no, it's just you. And for my new job, I do a park and ride, and I have to get singles to feed the machine. And I go every Saturday. 36-year-old dude, Spanglish guy, going into the TD bank. Female teller all the time. I'm requesting 15 bucks in singles on a Saturday. Always getting this weird look, and I'm always feeling very self-conscious about myself. Like, she probably thinks I'm going to titty bar. Park and ride? Yeah, what kind of park and ride you gonna do? So, let's see. So with the irony, what always feels funny too is when people tell you, oh, you should smell this, this smells awful, that you fall for it. There's some people that always fall for it, but some of us know better, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Just don't smell that. It's not gonna end well. Let's see. Any New York sports fans? Baseball's in season? Yeah, well, you got a hat on, right, San Fran? Yeah. Represent? Cool, cool. I feel with New York, it's just ironic in itself. New York is one of those places where its balls are too big for itself, where you got like 2 of every sports team because you're New York. You got Rangers, Islanders, you got the Nets, you got the Knicks, you have Mets, Yankees. But we're the only sports team, Giants, Jets, which ironically play in New Jersey. Right? I didn't want to mention them because they both sucked last year. But hey, we're pulling from this season, right? But we're the only sports fan base that will boo our home teams worse than like an opposing team, because we demand greatness. We want something to be really good. Now I am going to start wrapping up and start getting our first comic up here. I'm going to leave us with another bit of irony, which is assholes that make you feel like you're an asshole. What the fuck is that about? So for example, at my new job, I work in Jersey City. Anybody familiar with Jersey City? Yeah? That's like a lukewarm, yeah, I know it, but I don't want to. Alright, so I was on a lunch break. I decided to treat myself and went to Taco Bell in the food court. And I'm waiting online, and the cashier is saying, oh, can I help you? Great, put in my order. And I'm waiting. Cashier must have had fucking short-term memory, because 3 minutes later, like after joking around with coworkers, turns around, oh, can I help you? Why don't we start with the original order first, all right? Where we talk about helping with anything else. So she gives me my cup, I order a combo. I figure if I plant my beverage on a table, base, I'm claiming it, nobody's gonna fuck with my shit. I have a spot because food court, people come and go, people give you a spot. Put my shit down, waiting for the other shit to come. And waiting, I peek back. Motherfucker, who the fuck is sitting in my spot? Some rando is just hanging out at the table like nothing. I mean, would you really just do that? Like, you see somebody else's shit there and go, I'm just gonna come in here, who cares? Maybe they won't notice. So I go to pick up my drink and I look at him and he's looking at me like I'm the asshole. Like, what the fuck you doing, bro? No, I was gonna ask you the same question. What are you doing here? All right, so coming up to kick off our night is gonna be Harry. He is from Nanuet, and a fun fact that I learned about him is can't prove that he killed his wife. Now, I don't know if that's a fun fact, but it's a fact nonetheless. So, this is his witness protection program. He's got a safe house upstairs. Harry, come on up, bro.